Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and all others. Stephen back, or Boudreaux if you prefer. Yes, I did that backwards for the third time in a row, because the other two videos were fails and whatever. Anyway, we are going to attempt for the third time there and bawk again. I realized where I messed up last time, so hopefully we'll be able to learn from our mistakes. And the second time, the last time I did it was the second time. That's where I made a mistake, and I'll learn from that. The first time we just got unlucky going through the high moors. But anyway, let's see. Oh, yes, hobbit presents. Let's take care of that first. 100 virtue plus a relic bundle. Yeah, that won't really be good for us until we get 10 relics from tier 5 to tier 9. That's awesome. That's actually a pretty awesome present. I like the way that they've changed these presents. Now, it's going to be a long while before we'll be able to take advantage of it. And I don't know, we may have to gather up quite a few of those, I guess. But, yeah. Okay, so anyway, the quest has already started. All we got to do is head into session play, and we'll get going. And for those of you, if this video ends up being a success, I'm going to end up repeating myself on some of these things because I do expect that this is going to be a popular video. So anyway, this tells us we're in chicken play. I like to make myself comfortable, and what you can do is when you get your UI the way you like it, you can type in /UI, and it will give you some syntax to give you to save and load files that will save these layouts as well as your options as well. So anyway, I've already got one saved, so I'm going to type /UI layout load, and I was on the Arkenstone server when I did it, so I very unimaginatively named it Arkenstone, and boom, things are pretty much in the same place. I just like them big because I'm old and can't see well and all that. But anyway, I'm a little bit different than most people who fire off their combat commands from here. Or combat skills from here. These aren't really combat skills so much as stay alive skills, and we'll go over them here real quickly in a second because we're not quite through setting up. I'm going to move my skill queue up here, okay, right above my head where we can see it, and you'll see why I'm doing this in a second. But let's open up our options, and under UI settings, about halfway through, we'll see show skill queue. By default, it is not checked. We'll check it, and again, those two things I'll show you in a second what they do. So anyway, we have 4 skills: foul fleetness plus 50% run speed for 30 seconds with a 2-minute cooldown. That can both be helpful as far as speeding up the quest. Use it whenever you can, and you can keep one queued. Or when you're in a dangerous area to try and get away from a monster that's locked onto you. And also when you have a monster that's locked onto you, this may keep them from hitting you. Bob and weave, it's a plus 50% evade chance with a plus 25% additional evasion against ranged attacks. Once again, 30-second duration with a 2-minute cooldown. All 4 of these skills have 2-minute cooldowns, by the way. The next skills can last for up to a minute. Well, up to a minute for this one because it's a channel. Anyway, you can play dead for up to a minute, and what that means is if you're standing still and you use the skill, any mob that's locked aggro onto you will no longer try and they'll lose their aggro. However, if they are still there when you're no longer using possum impersonation, they can again resume aggro on you, and you may be up the creek without a paddle. However, this does have an unintended skill. An unintended effect. If you use it while moving and it's not on cooldown, you will end up losing aggro on whatever's following you, and it will return to the spot that they were at. This can be a definite lifesaver, and that's what I'm about to show you here in a few seconds because there's some aggro wolves not too far from me. And paranoia, we're going to use this in the high moors. You're not sure what, but something isn't quite right. So anyway, if you use it, you can detect sneaking mobs. It works best when you're either standing still or moving extremely slowly. And when we get to the high moors, I'll kind of explain you know, what we're trying to do with that particular skill. And the high moors is the only place I use it. Otherwise, I find it quite useless, but it definitely has its use in the high moors. And while you haven't actually seen it work yet, I have, and I can tell you that in the high moors it can be a lifesaver. So anyway, let's start heading this way. We're going to head towards the high moors, and then maybe later I'll explain the route that will be taken. I'm looking for a wolf. Yeah, usually I would have found a mob by now. Is that a wolf? That's a wolf. Okay, so we're going to intentionally get aggro on us, and then I'm going to spam. See, I went all the way down to 0 power there, but I spammed possum impersonation to get rid of that wolf, and it did. In fact, I don't even think it got a hit in on us. It may have attempted to, and it just didn't connect. This is like a level 6 monster anyway. They don't hit worth a damn. But yes, I did that intentionally on a low-level monster that was very unlikely to kill us. And even if it did, what do we waste? What, a minute, 2 minutes? So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and fire off Foul Fleetness and get another one queued. So we can go ahead and hopefully I'll remember to do that as often as possible in our safe areas to where we can speed up this quest. Now it should be under 2 hours. I'm thinking somewhere in the vicinity of 1 hour and 50 minutes. And anyway, just to kind of talk about the route we're going to be taking. We're going to be heading to the High Moors, which means we're going to Rivendell. From there, we're going to be going up into the Misty Mountains, and we're going to take the northern Brunnen source to the eastern Brunnen source, and head over towards I can't think of the name of that town, Vrundell or something like that, up in the northeastern Misty Mountains, which is kind of west-southwest of the Goblin City, Goblin Town, sorry, the Goblin Town. And it's very near the Goblin Town that we're going to be taking a ramp on up to the Vale of Anduin, which is a relatively new region to this to LOTRO. And from there we're going to visit the Carrick, but that's not going to be our final objective. That's just our first objective. The title that we actually get for completing this quest, and it's the only thing that we actually get for completing this quest, is Wing Under the Mountain. So I didn't initially connect the dots, but yes, it's a play on words for King Under the Mountain. And if you know Lord of the Rings Online, and in particular The Hobbit, if you're familiar with Tolkien, you'll know what that refers to, and it refers to the Lonely Mountain. And since the Lonely Mountain was put in just before the Vales of Anduin was put in, that's going to be where we're heading. In fact, we're going to, in order to actually complete the quest, our final objective is to actually sit on the throne and become the Wing Under the Mountain. So, yes, I had perhaps incorrectly on the last video claimed that our most dangerous area was to be through the High Moors, and I still believe that. But to say that it was a breeze after that may be actually a misstatement because of something that I learned in that failure. And that is, if you head too far east, I believe this is what I did. If you head too far east, looking for that mountain pass heading up to the Vales of Anduin, you may encounter some hidden wargs that'll pop out at you, and that's what got me. Okay, so I actually did a scouting mission with a character that I had on another server, and this isn't actually on camera because I plan on just doing the things I do with this character on camera. But since this character is only at level 6, yes, it wouldn't be able to survive very long in the Misty Mountains. No, all the mobs would just converge on him and kill him. So y'all know what happens when you end up going in an area that's like 20 levels above you. Yeah, not pretty. So I had to actually there's a level 52 character I had headed up there to kind of check it out, and what I noticed was that that mountain pass is a lot closer, at least the entrance to it is a lot closer to Goblin Town, the entrance to Goblin Town, than I had thought. And I kind of familiarized myself with the map of the Misty Mountains, and I should have a clearer idea of where I need to go after Vrundal, or whatever the name of that city is. Anyway, as a note of some more repetition, as I'm walking along, a lot of you guys may notice that my camera is going up and down, kind of like automagically, and I'm forgetting to do my speed boost. And the reason why it does that is because there's a setting under input, camera aligns to slope. And since I use my numeric keypad for attacking rather than adjusting the camera, and I'm also not a big fan of doing this, as you noticed, or this. Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of people who do Let's Plays and stream, they're all into doing weird stuff with their camera. That's not me. That is definitely not me. I'm just over here using WASD, or if I want to maybe, relax myself, I'll use the numeric, the arrow keys here to kind of control my direction. Okay, so what else repetitive that I need to kind of talk about? Yeah, I actually should be at work right now. I called in because I actually woke up. I'm a day sleeper, so I woke up to watch the Saints play, and they had a noon start, and they lost to the Falcons. They probably needed this loss. I'm not quite as hopeful that the Saints will make the Super Bowl as I am that LSU will make the national championship game, or at least that they'll make the college playoff. But yeah, I was a little too tired when I got up, and I'm like, let me call in. Yeah, I've got a lot of points kind of stored up, so decided to use one of them at the cost of not getting paid for today. But yeah, I kind of caught up on some sleep for the most part, and finally was able to get my hands on a Popeye's chicken sandwich. I enjoyed it. At first I was kind of like, but I can kind of see what the big deal is about it, It's a good sauce they got on the bun, and I think they took the time and did it right, So, anyway, if this is successful, I'll have a little time to actually, get into some like normal quests and stuff afterwards, before I head to bed. So anyway, just as I was hopeful on my last two quests that I'd be successful at it, I'm hopeful too. Yeah, I know this is my third attempt, 2 failures, but that's the thing about failure. You just, you got to learn not to hang your head in shame there. And this obviously I'm not just talking about just the game here. Just don't be hard on yourself. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody fails. The difference between people who become successes and those who don't are that those who become successes learn from their failures. So everybody fails, even successes. In fact, they are successes because they've failed. And if that blows your mind, then I don't know, maybe that was a lesson you needed to hear. But it is true in life as well as this game. So I've learned something about this quest through my last mistake, and I plan on putting it to use. So, it forced me to go in under another character and do a little scouting mission, which I needed to do. So that now I have a better idea of what I need to do for this quest, and I have a better chance of success. You notice when I did fail the quest both of the times, I wasn't incredibly disappointed. You know, I lost 45 minutes during the first one and about an hour or maybe more for the second one. So, you know, there's a lot of time in my life I'll never be able to get back. But I can't look at it that way. I can't. And that's part of the reason why I'm so patient to actually be able to do these quests. And, you know, obviously I wouldn't be a completionist unless I had a good attitude about failure, because if you're going to want to try and do everything, you know, there's a lot of players that will avoid doing the hard stuff precisely because it is hard. I like doing it. I like doing it precisely because it's hard. You know, because there's a reason why these titles are rare. There's a reason why that cloak is rare. And I think it says something about the player that is willing to actually take the time to do this kind of stuff. And you're going to say, well, it's a game. It's supposed to be fun. Well, this is fun to me. This is, you know. But, you know, if we're successful, hopefully I remember when we get back to Sanson's farm to do a little update for what's happened during the last two quests. You know, like, let's see, I got a couple of titles. Maybe, you know, should tell you about that. You notice I actually had the Lord of the Lord of the Wings title showing when I started the video. So I'm very proud of that, but I'm pretty sure that when I get the Wing Under the Mountain title, I'll use it as well. I'll change to it. But I like taking the southern route here along Bree. It seems to be a little bit of a time saver over going past the Prancing Pony. And probably about as good as, in fact, with less turns and all that, I think it's better than taking that stair to our left there. And let's see, it's nighttime. What time we're looking at? Evening. Oh yeah. So it'll probably still be nighttime. In fact, I almost guarantee it when we go through the Troll Shaws. And a lot of people will avoid doing this quest at night, or the other quest that goes through the Eye Moors, precisely to avoid the trolls that go through the Troll Shaws. Because if you're familiar, the trolls only come out at night to patrol that road, the main road. As well as another road, I believe, too. But the thing is, those trolls are just threateners. So they're really no danger at all. As long as you keep moving, you're fine. And speaking of threateners, I always kind of like to take a little shortcut through this field. And I believe I'm heading pretty much kind of toward the yellow tree. And I'll run right by some monsters, and they're threateners, so I'm not worried about them. Like this boar directly in front of me, he'll grunt at me, but that's all he'll do. And of course, we'll probably have some bears that growl at us. There's a high concentration of these threateners up ahead that we'll probably run through. And here we go, yellow tree. And yeah, Dorset Oaks. Looks like an NPC, but I don't ever remember a guy standing there. Okay. Anyway, pretty much nothing dangerous, at least not until you get to the middle section of the lowlands. You do have to kind of keep an eye out on the road. There are some mobs that'll come up pretty close to the road, and if you aren't watching for them, they might sneak out and get you, or not sneak out, but they'll jump out and get you. So you know, just kind of keep your eye on your rear view mirror, as I like to call it, and be ready to kind of dodge them. There, there's not a high concentration of them, so it's easy to do. So if you want to use your speed boosts on through Nain Edith, which is that middle section, yeah, go ahead. And even then, nothing really to worry about until you get to the Ford of Bruin, and after you get past there. So we've got a good probably 20 minutes before we get there. So just one kind of minor area for us to pay attention until we get there. And usually it's not a problem getting up to that high section of the high moor through the switchbacks. It's the area past the switchbacks that's going to be our most dangerous area. And I've got kind of like a plan on how to get through there. It seems to have a very high success rate. 2 quests ago, it didn't work. I never have claimed that it's 100% success rate, and that was proof right there. But I'm guessing somewhere around 7 to 10 or 8 to 10 times I can make it through. And it just seems like what my rate has been, which includes that last failure. So, I'm figuring we've got, 3/4 chance of getting through. And if we do, that especially what I've learned about the Misty Mountains, that we've got a real good chance of being able to complete the quest. So I'm really confident that this will be a success. Totally confident? No, I'd be a fool to tell you that. And by the way, just in case anybody's thinking, wait a minute, did you try those strange chicken nests? Yes, I did. They don't work for this quest. I didn't think they would, but it would make this quest ridiculously easy, because we'd be able to just run on up to Oatbarton and take the nest to right outside the gates of Unladris and totally skip the high moors. But in my humble opinion, of the 3 final quests, this is the easiest, despite the fact that the first one I failed once, and I was successful on the second one on my first attempt. And I've already failed this one too. I still maintain that this is the easiest and the one most likely to be finished with fewer fails. I just got unlucky. Actually, the first time I got unlucky. The second time, I needed to learn something, and did. So. And indeed, in particular, learning the Great Wide Open and Free Range, I had attempted each one of them many times before my first success, and even with some information off the internet, there were things I still needed to learn about where mobs were, and quite frankly, to find out that some of the information on the internet was just quite frankly wrong. And not well thought out. A good example is Free Range, and going after that Osfarad stone. Everybody wanted to actually go through this dangerous area, and I'm thinking, well, nobody's mentioned the road from Tinadur to Osfarad. Is there anything wrong with that road? And I just kept reading it and rereading it, and it's like, I don't know if they even attempted the road. So I decided to try it, and I've tried it, probably a couple dozen times since then. Never ever died on that road, I might take 5 more minutes on the quest than they might, but then again, I kind of doubt it because they're using paranoia and walking slowly, and I'm thinking, you know what? I'm probably getting there about the same time you are, but you're going through danger and I'm not. And to me, it's just a much safer way to do the quest, and particularly since you did something extremely dangerous not a half hour earlier. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stick with my way, and I'm glad I have. I think it's a better way. Okay, apparently there's somebody doing some killing in this area, and we're about to, well, there you go. I was about to say we're about to head into Nadeth, and we're here. Now, it's going to be a few hundred yards before we really have to kind of pay attention, but just kind of pointing it out to you that this is about the area where some mobs may be very close to the road and may even cross it in front of you or behind you. So just keep an eye out. And right there, very close to the road, we see your crow. Give him a wide berth. And I've just been forgetting to actually use my speed boost. Not too much. I don't think we were long without it. But yeah, you can use it through here. You don't have to save it. It's these mobs are far enough apart where you can easily pick your way through them if you need to. Which up here, probably in about 150 meters, I'm guessing. Yeah, about right here. Yeah, we gotta go. You see, there's a good wide berth between these two mobs, but in general, that's generally their placement. And a guy behind me looks like he's wanting to get real close to the road. But this is kind of, in general, we're past the danger area. Still keep a little bit of an eye out until you at least get to parallel with Osgurth. Mob behind me is actually on the road right now. You see Osgurth over there to our left. Okay, so we're about even with Osgurth right now. So it's going to be pretty smooth sailing until we get to the Fort of Bronin. We've got probably, 16, 17 minutes or so till we get there, just guessing. Okay, the last bridge. So we're almost into the troll shaws. I'm noticing as a mob behind me is like almost on the road, and it's kind of rare for that to happen in this area. I got a nice little straightaway over here. I got some M&Ms. I'm going to go grab some, and I'll see you shortly. Yes, in case you heard, you probably couldn't avoid but hearing, but I had them kind of locked away in a drawer, so. Just in case you see me kind of glancing over to the left from time to time, kind of checking my other monitors, see how the stream's going, see if we're dropping any frames and what the CPU usage is, and it's kind of normal, around 32% or so, and no drop frames so far. So the stream seems to be going well, and even on a browser window. Ooh, that red dot's kind of close to me. But on a browser window, I'm actually watching with a slight delay, I don't know, maybe 15-20 seconds, the actual stream. So and for those of you who are watching this video and know others, and you just may be kind of curious as to, am I a streamer? Am I a Let's Player? Well, kind of a combination of both, but in general, I'm just a Let's Player who's too lazy to actually upload videos to YouTube. And now that I've kind of learned how to get my stream at about a high quality as I can, it's not perfect quality, and I know that. But it's close enough for me. So anyway, it automates things to where all I have to do is open my encoder. I don't even have to do anything with the encoder. It's all set up. Just open the encoder, go to my creator page, open up live stream now, type in a video title, and go. Right, hit the key that I have assigned to start the stream, and boom, I'm streaming, and I can see it over here. I can see the video on the encoder. I can see the video, the delayed video on YouTube, so that I know that everything's working fine. And you know, that's what I use my second monitor for, is to just kind of check on things. And I'm gonna have to watch that bear. Yeah, they at night in particular, I think they can get up to the road. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, go. Don't stop. Don't stop. Okay, and here's a troll. And as soon as the stream's over, I just open up the video and I can put it into the proper playlists, and boom, I'm done. That's it. So it's so much easier. You know, there's no editing involved, and I mean, just a few added steps. I mean, and to me, that's so much easier than having to mess with uploading your recordings after you make them and all that. I'm not even recording these things. I'm just streaming them. You know, you can't actually stream and record at the same time. Like, nope, don't need to do that. And you know, the point I wanted to make about these trolls is they're threateners. So yeah, I'm walking right past them. They don't even growl at you, but you do get a message that they threaten to attack you, but you're out of their range before they even think to attack you, so you're good. Okay, so actually, are we getting to the Fort of Bronin a little bit earlier than I thought? Well, yeah, it's about when I thought we would. We're about, what, 37, almost 38 minutes into the quest. And there we go, Fort of Bronin. Okay, so no, I haven't been using my speed boost, but I kind of want to save it for now anyway. So yeah, right there you kind of see the first switchback. You notice I'm kind of sitting up and paying attention, and let's see, starting to put my finger on my possum impersonation in case I do need to lose a mob. We're going to have to end up getting pretty close to these red dots, so occasionally you will draw their ire, and I have. I've never actually died to one of these guys going up through these switchbacks, but I have actually drawn aggro and had to lose them successfully by using possum impersonation while moving. So the trick that I showed you on the wolf, just to start out with. So anyway, kind of pick your path. Sometimes you got to go outboard of the mountain. Sometimes you stay close to it, like I am now. And boom, the first switchback is a short one. So is the second one. It's even shorter. The third one's the long one. But anyway, here is where you kind of maybe got to watch yourself a little bit. These guys will move on you and may move right into you if you aren't paying attention. So I'm really close to these dots. And yeah. And just find your way onto that, next to that third switchback, and then what I like to do is maybe see where these guys. Oh, see, the guy got up, so I was figuring he might start moving, and he still might. And looks like he's generally moving towards. No. Okay, let me follow him a little bit. Oof. He's like right in the middle. I don't like that. And there's not much room between those two mobs there. I may have to wait this out a little bit, actually. This usually doesn't happen. Yeah, there's no way I can make it between those two red dots there. Between that bear and the fly. So, yeah, they just got me. You know, he's moving down the mountain, so... I'm waiting for him to either move towards the mountain or away from it so I can decide which way to go, and he's just kind of got me trapped right now. This is a little bit unusual. I don't think I've ever been stopped for this long on the switchbacks. And he's moving towards the mountain and kind of towards me. Okay, so let me back up, and oof, that's gonna be a tight fit. That bear hasn't moved away. I'm gonna wait it out some more. I don't like how tight that space is. I might be able to make it, but that bear's got to move. Now, a guy behind me is getting kind of close. I may have to make it. Oh, there, the bear's moving. Bear's moving. Okay. Okay, I was getting a little nervous there, as you can tell. Okay. That's probably the most excitement I've ever had on these switchbacks. Okay, so take that guy to the outboard. Sorry, I'm a Navy veteran. I'm kind of used to using port and starboard and outboard and inboard and all that kind of things like that. I don't know what that mob is, but I don't like how close he is to the mountain, so I'll take him on the outside. Actually, it looked like he was kind of moving away. All right, get back to the mountain. Keep it on your left for the most part. Looks like the next mob's giving me a lot of leeway there. And we're getting towards the end of the switchback, looks like. Actually, the mobs were a little bit light on that section of the switchback, look like. And now here's a kind of a waypoint for me, place I was looking for. A little camp here with the campfire and 2 NPCs. And from here you just kind of head north and then kind of head northeasterly towards a rock. Now, that rock right there. Now I'm kind of heading towards the west end of it. If you head any more easterly, I might just go a little bit easterly to kind of get by that red dot to the left, but any more east than that, there are sneaking mobs there that'll come out and get you, and I've died to one of them once. So anyway, this narrow little pass that goes to this Mustering Horn. Yeah, there may be some hidden mobs here, but it's not the most dangerous area. I think have died on this pass once, but I do have my finger on the key here. Generally, you have to dodge mobs like I am now. Okay, but I keep that mountain to my right, and just maybe 200 yards in front of me, we'll find the Mustering Horn, and we'll see the campfire for it. Yep, there we go. Just popped up, and this guy's kind of forcing me out further than I want to be. Yeah, but okay, generally you're safe here. I have had mobs kind of get close and make me nervous, and as a matter of fact, I think during the last recording it kind of did, and I had to go before I kind of made my little spiel about what I'm planning on doing here. Now, what I'm going to do is, well, let's pull up the map real quick so you can kind of see. You have a choice of going east and then north, or you can go straight northeast. It won't be a road, but or north and east. I generally go north and east, so that's the way I go most of the time. I'm most familiar with it. Kind of check. Okay, we're good. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire off foul fleetness and bob and weave at the same time. So they're going to both last for 30 seconds. While that 30 seconds is going, I'm going to be booking it. Okay, and I'm going to going straight north and then east. And I'm going to be maybe firing off an occasional possum impersonation if I see that hourglass go off. Oh, there's a player going through. That actually could screw things up for me. But yeah, when we get to almost the end of that 30 seconds, I'm just going to stop and I'm going to fire off a paranoia. So we'll have a minute and a half at that point till these cooldowns finish. Paranoia only lasts for a minute. So yeah, we'll be unprotected for almost 30 seconds. But the idea is if we detect the sneaking mob walking up on us, we'll be able to walk the other direction and avoid them. And hopefully we'll be far enough away from the other red dots to where we can be safe. Because once we've detected it, we can still be able to see it until these cooldowns repop. And then when they do, I hit 1 and 2, or foul fleetness and bob and weave, and just book it. And generally you only have to stop once. Okay, so, oh, is that another NPC? Is that a mob? Okay, that's a mob. Well, not sure if it's an aggro mob. But anyway, 1, 2, go. Okay, and just kind of an occasional possum impersonation just in case I time it exactly right. Now apparently this guy has done some killing through here. Now whether he actually has run into these sneaking mobs or not, I don't know, but apparently the killing has stopped right now. So I'm looking towards the end. I'm gonna stop and then fire off Paranoia. Okay, so yeah, apparently I think he's taking like the east path, so yeah, that's fine. I'm wanting to do this solo anyway, but yeah, I'm still paying attention, and we won't go until these cooldowns on number 1 and number 2. Let's see. I don't want to move, but it looks to my right that guy may be killing over there, because I saw a mob move, and yeah, I'm still seeing some death messages. He's kind of heading my way, so yeah, so I'm not really looking for any help, but he may actually end up unintentionally clearing my way. But like I said, I'd prefer he not be there. But okay, so yeah, I'm talking and paying attention to you. Yeah, there's a mob kind of moving behind me. Not getting too close to me. Okay, so anyway, it's about at the minute mark. I don't know. I gotta move. The mob. I don't like it. I don't like it. He's getting close to me. See, I might move into a hidden mob, and I don't have my. Oh man. See, this is dangerous. Okay, come on, come on. Cooldowns are almost there. Cooldowns are almost there. Come on, cooldowns. Cooldowns. 1. Come on, cooldowns. 1, 2, go. Okay, notice, yeah, something locked onto me. I got rid of it. It was probably a sneaking mob. Actually, no, I didn't. Well, apparently I got rid of it before I actually fired off possum impersonation again, but we're far enough we're going to make it through. Wow, wow, that was hairy. Okay, that was one of my more fun times through the high moors, and it's fun only because I made it through. But, oh wow. Wow. Yeah. Well, we had some lock onto us and make it through the high moors, so that doesn't always happen. And I don't believe they got a hit on us. I wasn't really watching my hit points that close. I was just trying to get my ass away. Y'all may have noticed if I got hit or not, but I don't think I did. Correct me if I'm wrong. You know, leave me a comment. Okay, so now we have a pretty high chance of getting through this quest on the 3rd try. So anyway, you know, when we get to the Misty Mountains, I'll stop in a safe area, and I'll open up the map and I'll kind of show you what I've learned on my scouting mission about where the sneaking mobs are, and where we need to avoid them, hopefully, and I'll have a very, you know, a much better idea of exactly where I need to head to hit that mountain pass onto the Vale of Anduin. And even though I'm not very, in fact, I'm not very versed on either of these 2 final zones, the Vales of Anduin or the Lonely Mountain. I believe that it's not going to be a problem getting through them. I've been through them once, and exactly once as a chicken. I had no problems whatsoever. So just following the road. And occasionally there may be some mobs to dodge, but not a big deal. Just, you know, try and keep out of your mind, these are level 21 mobs, you know, because one hit and you're gone. I don't care if they increased our hit points from 43 to 158. One hit and you're gone. So you can take either path, going through the, you know, going by the skirmish camp and through the stables, or going this way. And I think the main reason I'm going this way Just to kind of show off one of the chicken stones that are in the free range quest. And as you pass by, right by it, the Rivendell chicken stone, and it is right here. That's it, Rivendell chicken stone. And that's what a chicken stone looks like. For those of you who haven't done that, and indeed, you know, if you get to these final 3 quests, you might want to do this one first, for all I know. After all, it is the one that takes the least amount of time, and even though I've had bad luck with it, in my opinion, is the easiest one and the one with the highest probability of passing, the ones with the least amount of danger, and we just passed that danger, so we're looking good. And yes, it was hairy, but yeah, we passed the danger. And once again, I'll point out this the name of this NPC up here, just past the town person. I love that name. It just seems to roll off your tongue as a nice elvish name. Naneth. I've actually named characters that because I do actually like playing female elves. People say, why do you like playing female? It's personal preference. I don't think I've ever played a male elf, but you know, this is a male hobbit. I generally play male humans. Just for some reason, for elves, I like to play females. And I know I've even been in a kinship to where, you know, one of the ladies was kind of like raising her eyebrow at me, you know. I know why you're going as a female. Like I'm just out there to get free stuff and have people help me all the time. I actually, for some reason, I just had the touch that time during character creation. I really thought that I made an incredibly beautiful elf female, and apparently a lot of the players agreed. I had guys hitting on me pretty hard, you know, when I'd go on the festival and people would stop and look at me, and I finally had to let this guy listen. I'm a dude in his underwear. Well, I wasn't in my underwear, but just trying to drive home the point. I'm a dude in my underwear sitting here playing a female elf. Do you really want to kind of continue to sweet talk me? And he was like, you know what, let's not. I said, cool, thanks. And, you know, even if he said yes, I was, you know, I'm sorry, you're just not my cup of tea. Nothing wrong. And there isn't. Okay, so we're coming up pretty close to the Misty Mountains. As soon as we get there, I'll open up the map and we'll kind of tell you the plan on how we're going to get through here. You know, because this is, you know, different than when you come here for free range. Obviously, free range is the more dangerous path through here. And in fact, of the 3 final quests, the most dangerous thing you can do is going through the bitter stair up here. And the thing that I've failed the most. Okay, so we got here. No mobs around. Let's pull up the map. Okay. So anyway, you can see we're right here just north of Rivendell. There's Glowin's camp right there. Bitter Stair and let's see, Vinderhall. Okay, yeah, I was definitely butchering that name. So anyway, we're going to be taking this little path just north of Glowin's camp, and we're going to kind of head into the northern Bruinen source, and then into the eastern source, and we're going to kind of keep north because there we'll find the path that'll lead up to the switchback that leads to Vinderhall. There'll be a few mobs that we have to dodge in this area right here, but generally it's not going to be a problem. We may have to even do a little waiting, just like we did back in the High Moor, to get past those mobs, but if we have to wait, we have to wait. And once we get past, this is where I died over here, was like over in this area. I got a little too far north, but what I'm finding out is about right here, right at the tip of my pointer, that's the entrance to Goblin Town. And just slightly to the east, about right here, just in fact, it's about in line with that H. About right here is where the entrance of that mountain pass goes, and it goes on up this mountain to the Vales of Anduin. So we're going to be going a little bit east of southeast to try and get to that. And you know, once we get about right there, boom, we take the pass on up. We don't want to go any. We don't go into where this green area is. That's where I believe the hidden mobs are. The hidden. And I'll probably be forgetting these speed boosts. Yeah, that's where those hidden wargs are. So. Okay, now the start of this, not a big problem. I think you only really have 2 mobs to. Here's the first of them. Yeah, 2 mobs to kind of dodge before you get to Glowin's camp. And there's the second one on our left. So a slight left, and we can see the pillar leading to Glowin's camp. And there's the path I was talking about that leads to the northern Bruinen source. At least once you take a right after the little circle of bears. Okay, sometimes that mob over there, and it looks like it's doing it now, kind of head close to the path, so I'm keeping a wide berth. Excuse me. Okay, so we're coming up on this little circle, which has 5 bears in it, and I like to keep it to my right. So I'm going to pass it to the left. Just kind of circle around it onto the path that leads into the northern Bruinen source. Okay, and there it is. So keeping it to my right and just kind of circle around it. Keeping a wide berth of those bears. Okay, a little distinctive marking in the snow right there, and it does help you get back from the Bitter Stair when you do that for the free range quest. That is if you don't use the stuck command to kind of cheat, which I didn't do during my quest, and I can't, but I'm not going to tell you that I haven't used a stuck command before. I have, but I wouldn't do it on camera, so anyway, does that lead to the pass? I was wondering. I don't know. Let me try and take it. I know this is really not the time for experimentation, but I'm going to kind of head to the eastern Bruinen source, so I'm thinking this path might actually be a shortcut there rather than me kind of heading north, so let me try it. So anyway, we've got this thrower here. Oh, by the way, you know, if you do go through that field a little more than I did, just kind of keep. Yeah, I think this is exactly what I needed to do. Yeah, give these guys a lot of room because they move fast. They do when they decide, and you can see these dots moving. Okay, yeah, this is a much better way and much shorter way. Well, I won't say much shorter, but a shorter way of getting through here. Yeah, see, that's what I don't like is actually sliding down these things. See, like this rockworm. Oh, he's like standing right in the middle. Oh, that mob's coming up behind me. Can I get up this thing without sliding? Yeah, because I don't know if I could have gotten past that rockworm. Okay, anyway, yeah, we'll keep a speed boost going. Yeah, these mobs are not in a very high concentration, so. Okay, and you know, like I said, we're going to try and stay towards the northern wall here and avoid going down towards that lake. And in general, I usually go a little bit more in a more northerly direction than I should, just so that I don't miss it. And in general, we're looking towards a path that'll lead to a switchback. That'll lead us to Vendor Hall. I think I'm pronouncing it right now. Vendor Hall. And of course, if I'm not, somebody will correct me, hopefully. I do not mind. That's how we learn, right? Okay. And here's where I think maybe I've gone too far north, because I'm going to start heading down, I think. Okay, and I think I see the start of the path over there. As a matter of fact, let's just take this, I think it's a lynx. It's something. It's where I left, and yeah, that's the start of the path. So yeah, oh man, these guys are moving fast, and they're kind of pinching me in there. Okay, we're good. I don't know if I like this guy moving up though. It's a warg. Okay. Well, he stopped, so okay. Now the switchback isn't too far from here. Just keep an eye on it, and let's see. I think we can get by the other side of this rock to avoid this mob. Okay, good. And there we go. I see the switchback. And it's very faint outline, but if you're not looking for it, you may miss it and keep going. Well, I don't know if there is anywhere to go. Over the cliff, maybe. Yeah. But this is kind of how you know you're heading in the right direction, heading towards Vendor Hall. Okay, and up ahead, there'll be some mob dodging on the way to Vendor Hall, so this path can get a little narrow on you. But we have to get past this bridge first, so we're safe until we get past here. Kind of maybe look at us on the map here, see where we're at. I don't want to. I've just noticed that we haven't used our speed boost, but I want to save it anyway. I don't want to go speeding through this section. Okay, so there's a mob there, but it isn't lit up. I think we would have run across a couple of mobs right now already, but I wonder where they are. I don't see anybody doing any killing around here. Well, there's one up ahead. Wow, just one mob and all that? That's unusual. First time I've ever had that. So anyway, let me go ahead and hit a speed boost. Okay, because we see Vendor Hall to our left. And for the longest time, I didn't even know there was a southern way out of Vendor Hall. I used to always just kind of go to the north and bend around to the east to even get into this next section, which I think I always had to... Oh, that mob popped out of nowhere. So anyway, yeah. We're going downhill. Kind of a northeasterly direction. Yeah, I don't like these trees being in the way, but okay. And I'm going to be checking the map quite often, so actually I think as far as this exact route that I'm trying, yeah, it's first time I'm really going this way. And you know, this is more northerly than I'm used to taking, but it's cool because I can actually kind of see. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Unlike before, I think my visibility was poor. Now it's not. I can that path directly in front of us is the path we need to take. So yeah, now it's pretty much guaranteed we're not going to go too far east, and hopefully we will have avoided the sneaking mobs. Because right to our left, oh, see, now the visibility's getting lit, but right to our left is the entrance to the Goblin Town. And I can see a warg actually walking across the entrance of our path there. I believe there's wide enough area to where we can avoid them and keep them to our left. Okay, barely. Yeah, we got kind of close, but yeah. Didn't quite get onto him. So anyway, it's going to be safe here. So, you know, we'll head right into the Vale of Anduin. There'll be a little entrance mob just outside letting us know that if we're too low level, the monster's going to just jump on us like crazy and kill us like immediately. But and we definitely qualify, but there's an exception for chickens. So and here we go. Almost there. Okay, so from here, right there, we got the red area, which if I have my mouse over here, you can see it flashing. That's where we're going. That's our first objective, the Carrack. So we're going to follow this road on down. And this bridge is broken out. What we're going to do is we're going to take, I think it's along the north shore of this particular part, and it kind of leads down to a bank where we can go into the river and then kind of come across on this other side and work our way to the road. We're going to take the road on up, and I think you don't even have to actually even get to the island. You can just start swimming over, and once you get to where the Carrack shows up here, it'll go ahead and fire off your objective and show your next one, which I think is going to Bjorninghus, if I'm not wrong. So anyway, and I think that's the Bjorning starting area, if I'm not wrong. So let's click out the map and we'll start going. So following the road, there's no turn off, so it's pretty straightforward. We go until we see that turn off for the bridge, and we don't take it. So just as I remember correctly. So let's fire off some speed boosts. I don't ever remember any of the mobs over here getting close to the road, so it should be fairly easy and straightforward. Okay, a lot of fog. And I'm kind of digging the music. It's different, so I'm not used to it. Fog's a little heavier than I remember it being. I don't know if I even remember there being fog, but it's been a while since I've done this. Kind of discordant music there. Okay, so we made it past the areas where I failed on the first and the second one, so it's good that we've made it further. And I think the fog's gone away, but I think that's a good chance that we're going to succeed this time. Judging by the time on my watch, we'll have some time to run off some Shire quests after this, and hopefully even don't see why we can't advance to level 7 and start crafting some of these potions we've been gathering up. Okay, I think we see that river up ahead. Kind of maybe take a look at where we're at. So it's well below us, so we'll have to end up climbing down, it looks like. Okay, in fact, I can't really remember where I dove off a cliff or not to get to the river. wouldn't be this high. I'm pretty sure that'd kill us. So. Keeper of the Paths, Hertha. I'm going to start heading downhill, and it looks like it's now. Okay, and just into some more fog. We may even just take this little path into the river. Let me stop when we get down here by the shore and just see if that's our path. It may be slower, but yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. This may be the way that I actually did end up getting through. And I'm thinking there's a waterfall here. I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, whenever you're going through water and the slopes of the floor here can kind of cause you to move around. And yes, I see a waterfall. So let's jump over it. And I'm thinking, you know, probably the land doesn't get any lower than that. So I'm hoping we'll survive that. I can't imagine that this isn't the way that I took last time. Like I said, I'm a little fuzzy on it. It's been a while. But yeah, let's just go. And yeah, it is a little bit. Okay, and we landed on a rock, but and that'll slow us down. But we survived, so that's all that matters. Okay. And I think I had to kind of swim north till I found a way to get on the land up there. So let's go ahead and fire off the next speed boost. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, not that bad. Kind of see where we are on the map here. Yeah. So kind of head that way. So now we feel at home, just like we were doing free range and we were running through Everswim. Trees are kind of pixelated. I'm on medium graphics now, and I imagine that they would look better if I had higher graphics, but I've already learned my lesson about changing graphics mode while recording. It can freeze the recording, and I don't want to do that. See, and everything looks like it's going quite well. The CPU usage is looking, below 30%. That's good. No drop frames. Okay, looks like a good stream. Okay, fire off our next speed boost. We're going to be heading towards the road. I think I remember dodging a few mobs, but they, if I remember correctly, they're... okay, come on. Yeah. They're quite spread apart. And we'll see, road already, huh? Okay. And it didn't take long to get there. So anyway, the quest pointer is leading us in the right direction. And since there actually is an objective, yeah, we have a quest pointer to point us to it. I don't believe there's actually like deeds to do in free range, so there's no objectives. The quest pointer always pointed to Sanson's farm. So it's like, yeah, that's real helpful. But in this one, it actually does point to where you need to go. I haven't really been paying attention to it because, concentrating on getting to this point to where we could follow the quest pointer. But anyway, I'm going to try and, when it's just about west, I believe it'll allow me to, go into the water without having to jump over a cliff. And I'll swim close enough to the rock and it'll give me credit for being there at the carrot. And, concentration of mobs to my left there. And then it'll give us our next objective. Bjorninghus, I believe. And there's one or two objectives after that before our last one. And yeah, see, it's kind of getting to our west, so let's see. About heading that way. Okay, so there's the rock, and let's see. There's a way down and a way back. Let's see. I think it looks like I need to kind of head north a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so we're good. Head into the water, and boom. Yeah. See, I just barely got into the water. It gave me credit for it. Being closer to fellow feathers fills you with pride. So Bjorninghus is our next objective. So we'll go there. So back to the road. And let's see. No, we need. We've already passed the turnoff. Barely. There it is. It's kind of lightly. Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. And see if you look to Erin Lesgalen, I think that's an area that may lead to the area that leads to the moon. I don't know. We'll find out. Kind of a fast-moving mob over to my left there. I think technically the road kind of followed through, but I think I can go east. Well, no, we're still on the road. Okay. Further on than I was thinking of. In fact, I'm not even really sure. Yeah, I think I am, but yeah, it's kind of a not a very good road here. But no huge deal. This looks like a more well-defined road. That, yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're actually on the mini-map for Grimbjorn's house. Okay, so apparently we'll go out the other entrance, or the main entrance, or whatever. When we get there, I'm guessing... I think there actually are some mobs here, but they may be really low level, since it's the actual entrance area. I don't know. Or since it's in the main world, they may actually be level 120 mobs. I don't know. I don't know these things. Okay, anyway, it's still pointing to the east, so apparently I didn't actually trip things off. Let's see, do I need that? Yeah, okay. A bear that does not eat chickens is a good bear indeed. Okay. Well, we could have gone in and actually met that bear that doesn't eat chickens, but just get back onto the road, because I'm thinking that that's still the main road that we need to get into the next area. And okay, well, maybe not. Let's head east and see what happens, because I haven't actually run into any red dots here. Looks like we're still kind of vaguely following a trail, so yeah, let's speed boost. Just because I don't know where I'm going doesn't mean that we can't get there faster. I know, that makes sense. Okay. Well, it looks like I'm on a trail, and it looks like I'm out of Bjorninghus and heading the right way. So Okay, so we're what, an hour 20 minutes in, looks like? Okay, and this looks like the entrance to the next zone. The Forest Gate. And technically, we're okay. Strongholds of the North, entering Erin Laskalen. So let's kind of stop and see where we are and where we're going. So anyway, our next objective. Let's read the objective anyway. Get to Lake Town. Okay, I'm thinking that's our last objective before we actually head towards Erebor. So it's going to be there. So anyway, we're here. And stay on the main path, which kind of heads to the left. Stay on the main path, heads to the left. You know, go through there, and I think we got to go through some swamps till we get to this road. Head on up until we get to Lake Town. And yeah, I think we got to visit Dale, and then we go to the Lonely Mountain. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on the path since I'm not too familiar with it. It looks foggy and dark, even though it is daytime now. And I'm actually thankful that it's daytime as I'm going through unfamiliar areas. It looks really hard to pick out the path, and for all I know, I may be off of it. It doesn't seem to show up very well on the mini-map, but I think I remember these markers. These markers are going to actually mark the path, and they alternate. One's going to be on my right, one's going to be on my left. That sounds familiar. Okay, so that just popped up into my memory. So, yeah, that'll keep us, I think, on the main path. And there we go. I think this will get us all the way to the swampland, to where we got alternating markers. We'll see. But yeah, I don't think they even have mounted mobs in these two areas, or in the one they just even started, Minas Morgul, or in Mordor at all. So apparently they've gotten away from mounted combat. I'm guessing the devs have. And a lot of people saying that mounted combat wouldn't even work in Mordor anyway. And obviously, since I've never really become high enough a player to actually make it to Mordor, I have no idea what they're talking about, or if they're right or wrong or whatever. But hopefully with this character, it's going to be a long way off because, you know, completionist and stuff. But I will get there. I'm going to stick with this character. I will stick with this character. You know, partially because you guys are watching and you want to hopefully see me get there. Okay, and after the speed boost's over, I'll maybe check the map again. And this road does wind and weave a little bit, and it may be hard to actually follow the path, so I want to make sure at all points that I'm heading in the right direction, because I don't know, for all I know, the side paths may have these little posts too. I don't know. Okay, so the speed boost is kind of over, and let's see, I'm looking at a left here shortly. Nice little switch back to the left with the side path going to the right. So make sure I navigate through that okay, and I'll set up my next speed boost. Okay, and I believe I've passed that, so yeah, I'm heading the right direction. So we're good for a while. This would be a good long while before we next veer off, before a path veers off of us, rather. Excuse me. Okay, CPU usage seems to be a little more normal. It's probably because of the increased graphics here. Like 33, 34%. Okay, so we're in the last zone we need to be in. That's a good thing. Set up my next speed boost, and I think this one's worn off, so just do a little check. I'll probably get another speed boost off before our next turn off that we need to watch. Red dot to my right is kind of worrying me a little bit, but yeah, he's fine. He's fine. A little bit scared that if I make one of them sudden turns, I'll make it right into the path of a red dot. So just, I don't like that this path isn't more clearly marked than it is, if you will. But that's kind of making me pay attention, which is a good thing. It's never a bad thing to pay attention to more attention to your screen than perhaps you want to. But oh yeah, it's getting dark now. Yeah, now I'm. Oh, did I wander off the path? No, I did not. So the path has gotten dark, and I don't like this. I think I wasted a little bit of a speed boost there, but considering it's dark and harder to pick out the path than it was before, yeah, we'll slow down. Matter of fact, let me cancel the next. That dot to my left is giving me a little bit of worries. Okay, we're good. Okay, when things light up again, I'll be happy. Let's see where I'm at here. Come on, fog, go away. I don't want you. Okay, we're heading through an archway. So, it's a bridge, actually. Cool. Still foggy. It's daytime. Boy, I'd hate to go through here at night. Oof. To my left. Okay, and that's probably as close as a red dot's gotten to me. Okay, let's use a speed boost. I'm actually regretting having used that a little bit, but we made it through. I think I would have, you know what, I'm going to save my speed boost here because it's just too easy to... Okay, and there, yeah, I thought maybe there was a side path there, and there was. Okay, and we've got another one to look for up just to our left. And things are starting to lighten up a little bit. Thank you. So I'll fire off another speed boost. At least put it in the queue. You know what I mean. Okay, so we passed that other turnoff, looks like. So it's just like a straight shot into the swamps. I'm trying to remember if we had mobs to avoid in the swamps or not. I'm thinking yes. And I'm thinking they may have been a little more concentrated than normal, maybe. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. I'm not even really sure the path that I picked through to get through to the other to the path on the other side, but we'll see. Okay, so speed boost. Black squirrel. Okay, see some sunlight going through the clouds over there. So let's take a look. Alright. Not even sure if I want to maybe take that the road to the south or just go ahead and head into the swamp, but while it is a swamp and I'm off the road, I'm probably going to say no to the speed boost. So, okay, let's see what we got coming up here. See another gateway. Does that lead to a bridge? Plain lead to the swamp. Okay. Ambusher, I can see him there. He's really near the path. So, yeah, I don't think it's even possible to hit it here. I think I have to take the road south. And yeah. Here's our way to the swamp. So anyway, okay, things are lighting up. Good. I like it. So, what is this town? Or I think I went all the way into there. Let's see. Not sure if that's necessary or whether I just head into the swamp. I'm thinking not necessary. So, yeah, we can go back if we need to. Let's head into the swamp. Try and stay on land as much as we can. I'm going through these, yeah. So apparently some of these monsters like the land as well. So anyway, let's see. Even though the pointer's kind of heading that way, I just want to maybe head a little more east. Catch the road as quick as possible. So maybe at about that point. Okay, so yeah, let's use a... I don't see any mobs around. Let's use a speed boost. And I hate that we're in and out of water because it affects our camera going up and down. There's a moose that won't attack us up there. That's kind of weird, but okay. So we're getting okay. Yeah, into this. Oh, sometimes the mobs pop right in front of you and it scares you. But at least I was paying attention. So if I wasn't, boom, dead. Almost guarantee you. So I believe, yeah, I see the road. I see the road. It's showing up on the radar. Let's head right straight for it. And we can fire off for our next boost since we're on the road. And, okay, there we go. Apparently the road actually goes through the swamp too. Alright. So, our next turn off to the right will be Lake Town. And if you know what, I'm kind of remembering, I think the guards to Lake Town talked to us and mentioned that, you know, about chickens being around here or something. I don't know. Am I imagining things, or let's see. Okay, so as hard as it was to get through that path, this one's like crystal clear. And we see Lake Town to our right there. Probably would have liked to save that speed boost, but let's see. Just be on your way, as this seems to be a dangerous place for chickens. Well, the guards don't tell us, but the quest text does. So anyway, we need to. We don't even need to stop by Dale. So our next objective actually is Erebor. So we'll head there. Oh, Erebor and then the actual throne seat. So yes, there are 2 more objectives to completing the quest. So instead of Dale Town, it's actually I guess the entrance to Erebor, or the foot of Erebor. I think it's just the foot of Erebor. We still need to travel further to get to the entrance. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But no mob seems to be near the road. So it seems to be well patrolled. Okay. And we're almost an hour 40 in, so I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, oh, don't stop. Thinking maybe my estimation of an hour and 15 minutes is a little optimistic, but I still think we'll beat 2 hours. Is that Dale to our right there? Up on a hill? I'm thinking no. Let's just something else. Let's say, but at least by the picture of Dale I have in my mind, from having read Tolkien and from having watched The Hobbit, it didn't look like Dale. That's Dale. Okay. I don't know. Hour 50 may be good. See how far we're making it in this zone. Yeah. We'll beat an hour 50. Ooh. Now, did I have trouble getting through Dale last time? Or do I need to even go through Dale? Is there another path that goes off the... I'm thinking, yeah. I think we may end up even making our own path past Dale. Or is this the path? Well, there's a path. Let's follow it. Because it looks like that other road will lead to Erebor. It's just, how do you get to that road? So, you might be taking a roundabout path, but if we do, no big deal. Wait, what? 2 minutes? Some of y'all are probably screaming at me, just go that way. Okay, well, sorry. Yeah, I want to say I didn't take this way last time, so I wish I'd remember which way I did. Yeah, looks like this is headed towards that main road. And you know me, I like roads anyway, so yeah, we'll just take a cut off there. I just hope there aren't any sneaking monsters here. I mean, wow, that would suck. That would really suck. But I mean, it seems like a fairly well developed road, so I'm thinking not, but okay, so it looks like there's a fork here that we're gonna follow to the east. Links over there to my left. Seeing a links actually doesn't give me good vibes though, because at High Moors you've got sneaking links and non-sneaking linkses all mixed up in the same area. So, but anyway, we keep to the left. And there's, I guess, what they call Erebor, and they've kind of built it up. Looks nice and pretty and everything. Yeah, I mean, there's very few mobs about it, and it looks like if they've spent the time to make it that pretty, because they'll patrol this land in front of it and these roads. Aha! Is it a statue of Thorn Oakenshield? Or perhaps his grandfather, I don't know. There's some plaques there, but let's not do a spoiler. No dragons here. Erebor. So anyway, that was part of the quest, quest text. So now, our last objective, sit on the throne under the mountain to become the wing under the mountain. So if we fail now, we really suck. I mean, we really suck. So I think it's just a matter of going straight north. Just a matter of going straight north, if I remember. Okay, I remember thinking, well, what's going to happen now? Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? Well, obviously to a throne under the mountain, but, it's okay. Now I got to find my way there. Well, so a chicken can open those doors. I don't believe there's any other doors that a chicken can open in any of the quests. So, kind of unusual that a chicken can open doors. Especially big heavy doors like those. But I would imagine only a wing under the mountain would be able to open those doors. Which is a good thing. I'm about to be a wing under the mountain. And yes, there are paths turning off, but straight north. Oh, hold on. It's kind of... Hold on. Why is it pointing east? What's it pointing at? I don't know, but I think the throne's up here, so I'm not going to follow the quest pointer. Actually, it's pointing 22,000 whatever meters away, so yeah, I'm not trusting that quest pointer. And it's not there anymore. Now entering Erebor, Hall under the mountain. Oh, does this look pretty? So much prettier than Thorns Hall and Moria. I just like the colors, the blues and the purples and the golds. It's impressive. I think we can see the front throne up in front of us with the shaft of light coming through the mountain, probably shining upon the throne itself. So actually, I think we're actually above an hour 45. So yeah, I beat the estimate by 3 minutes or so. How long this video will be? Actually, it's probably going to be another minute because if I remember, I do have a little bit of house cleaning to do as far as talking about what's going on, because this will end up on the main playlist. So unlike the previous two videos. Okay, so there's King Thorin, and we are sitting on a throne. It doesn't actually look like a seat there, but you know what, close enough. I don't even see a throne here. What's up with this? There's no throne here. But we're wing under the mountain nonetheless. And we're about to show off that title. I love it. Love it. Okay, so that'll tell us that we've been awarded a title. Boudreaux, Wing Under the Mountain. And let's see. Go ahead and pop up Lord of the Wings, and we will get clear that aside just so we can become Wing Under the Mountain. And so we are. So anyway, George, it is not a repeatable quest because all we have left from George is the repeatable quest, free range. So anyway, housekeeping. Let's see. Let's go back to titles. If I would remember to keep it up there. So anyway, we were given these two titles, Founder and Leader, for having actually started the kinship called Loner, which I'm not going to allow anybody else into. I know. What's the point? Well, that's the thing. It's called Loner, so there's only going to be one person in it. And yes, I'll buy a kinship house and all that. But anyway, extra storage. Hey, why not? Started this very video, so what the hell am I even talking to you guys about that for? Anyway, we're done. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.